What's up, guys? We're back here working on the Subaru engine. A couple things. Last time we left off, we had broken this crank sprocket here. You can see this one has all of its teeth now. We actually got it brand new from Subaru, and believe it or not, it was only $35. So online used, everybody wanted about $40 to $50 for it. So we were able to get a brand new one from our local dealer for just about 35 bucks. So can't beat that. It's awesome. So we went ahead and finally removed the cam gears. We had already removed these to replace the cam seals right here. Went ahead and replaced all 4 of them, and we're going to transfer our original WRX cam gear right here, which only uses 2 pickups right here, and then this is our original one that came with the JDM motor. You can see it has quite a few more on there. So once again, for this motor to work with our setup into our WRX, we're going to need to install this one. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, and also we went ahead and purchased a brand new plastic, actually, because they were actually pretty cheap also. So we put a brand new back plastic here, just make it look nice, so see it's not cracked no more. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and torque all that stuff down, and then we're going to go ahead and get on the timing belt. So I'll keep you updated. Alright, we got our Gates Racing timing belt kit all installed on the EJ20 here. A couple things I just wanted to show you guys. These belts are really installer friendly. I believe the factory Subaru one comes like this too, but you can see they put little yellow marks here, put another yellow mark right here, got a dotted mark here, and also here and here. Okay, and then what that does is that allows you to install the timing belt onto the proper marks, and also allows it to have proper tension on the timing belt. They also put they got marks everywhere on these motors. They put a timing mark here on top of the plastic backing right here, and also on the cam gear right here. They put the double hash to show you that these two go together there. And then they also have the outside one, which lines up with the mark right here. And then we have our other hash mark right here, which lines up with our oil pump. And likewise on the opposite side as well. Double hash, the mark, and mark on the timing cover. So when installing these, all you really need to do is make sure that at least you're close enough right here on these marks, just to kind of give you an idea of what position it needs to be in. And then you put your dotted mark here onto the hash of the crank pulley, and crank sprocket, and then put your other marking on the cam gear here, and as well as cam gear there, and you really can't go wrong. So it looks really nice, and I've used these in the past and I haven't had any trouble with them before. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to putting the plastic covers back on and installing all the accessories like the alternator and the power steering pump and the AC compressor. Then we're going to move on to the turbo. So we're going to finally move on to some fun stuff. So okay, let me go ahead and take care of that, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, we got all the timing covers on right there. We went ahead and put on all the accessories. Everything is now secure to the engine. We went ahead and added this Piran lightweight crank pulley here. One thing that kind of boggled me was that we have a degree reader here for ignition timing, but they're on the Subarus, at least on our original one too, and as well as the Piran, didn't have any type of hash marking whatsoever to indicate, you know, where it belongs. So with our standalone computer that we're going to be using, we need to be able to check our ignition timing. So what I did was, we already knew that everything was at top dead center with our timing belt. I installed the pulley, went ahead and spun it around a couple times to make sure nothing was holding it up, make sure everything was on time, and it would return back to time, which it did. And I went ahead and got my punch and just punched a little mark right here, just so later when I need to use the timing gun, I can go ahead and mark that right there, and I'll be able to see it better. So yeah, not sure why they didn't put it on there and why they didn't put it on the other one, but on the original, but yeah, it's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the turbo installation. So let me go ahead and roll out this engine, give myself a little bit more room, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, we just want to show you our turbo setup that we'll be running on our EJ20 here. This is a Twisted Motion 20G TD05 turbo. It's significantly bigger than our factory one, which is right here. You can see the little baby turbo, and big difference there. Twisted Motion is a company out of Las Vegas, Nevada. They take some of the lower end turbos and tear them apart, rebalance them, rebuild them, make them a lot better, and still have a really competitive price. I think we only got this one for about $300, so that's pretty good. And they do come with a warranty as well, which is awesome. You know, so it's a little bit more than just another eBay turbo. We are also going to be running a Grimmspeed up pipe right here. What I like about this up pipe is they actually have the little flex right here to help with the heat and prevent cracking on it. We went ahead and just wrapped it with some thermal wrap, but it is a Grimmspeed. It does come with new studs and hardware, which is awesome. I like anything that comes with the new hardware, so we don't have to reuse that old burnt out stuff. The flanges are amazing. Everything's really clean. We upgraded our oil feed line to the steel braided line, also with the new fittings and everything. So yeah, this is pretty much going to be our setup that we'll be running. It does bolt in the factory position, which is really nice too, so there's really no customization needed. We did have to kind of just clock the turbo a little bit. It wasn't clocked right, so this was kind of pointing upward a little bit, so we just had to loosen her up and send it down right there. So the turbine itself is a lot bigger than the original. I mean, just by even in this video, you can definitely tell the difference right there with our little 16G right here. I'm jumping up to the 20G. So yeah, so we don't have everything bolted down right now. Everything just kind of mocked up. Want to make sure we still got to install the water cooling lines on it. It still runs the factory water cooling. And we decided to actually run a header other than running the stock manifold. Not only because it looks nice, the stock manifolds are really heavy on these, and I thought it'd be nice, you know, to have something a little bit lighter on it and something more with more of a function. I mean, we are kind of going a little far on the bolt-on build here, so we're having a little trouble picking up the header we want. We're trying to see. We want to make sure we get a good grade header. We don't want to just get one of the little eBays and put it on, last couple, maybe 100 miles, and it's going to crack on us or start leaking. So we are going with more of a name brand on that one. We aren't really name brand driven on anything. I mean, mostly, you know, we have a lot of different brands on this one, so it's just whatever's more cost effective but good quality and is going to last and has a great fitment. And so far we haven't had any problems with anything that we've purchased for this motor. You know what, I do take that back. We did purchase WRX fuel system. We got 1000cc injectors, and also they did come with the fuel rails, but they sent us the wrong brackets for. Let me go ahead and show you here. This is the little bracket that would go on the side of the TGVs, and let me grab you a fuel rail here. Get this out here. Okay, this is our WRX fuel rail. So this is supposed to attach to here, and then in turn this part would bolt right up to our TGV, but it's way too tall. We did email the vendor we purchased this from, and they're looking into getting the replacement bracket. So far that's the only thing that we've really had problems with as far as fitment, but I mean, it's a very great brand, WRX. I have used them in the past as well. Fuel pumps, fuel regulators, fuel rails, and fuel injectors. So, and like I said, we will be running 1000cc injectors on our system here. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So there's nothing much more we can do tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and call it for now, and we'll pick up on it later. You know what, actually, before we go, I just wanted to show our newly painted intake manifold here. I did use the VHT wrinkle red paint for it. I didn't film the process or anything, because when I started painting it, I was a little scared it wasn't going to turn out so good, but it actually turned out really, really good. You can see the wrinkling in it came out really well. And the secret to this is after every coat or two, blast it with the heat gun. That way, well, actually, after you all make sure you prep everything, mask off whatever you don't want to get painted on, and then have at it. Just start spraying it in different directions. I did it, first horizontally, and then let it dry for about 5 minutes, and then I hit it vertically, and then I hit it with the heat gun. And after I hit it with the heat gun, the wrinkle started to come out almost instantly. And then after that, I sprayed it down again, different directions, heat it up with the gun, spray it again, heat it up with the gun. I actually used an entire can on it, make sure I covered everything. And then there was a few things that I didn't cover up, but it's okay. They can be scraped off or sanded off. But look at that finish. I love it. It looks like an STI, like a brand new STI intake manifold. I'm really, really impressed. I almost want to paint my whole car like this. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that before. It is sitting on the Torque Solutions the TGV deletes right here, right now. We just have it sitting on there. I just wanted to get a idea on how everything was gonna sit in here. So we do have a EMUSA intake over there, sitting on the tool cart right there. So we're a little bit worried on whether or not it's gonna fit properly, but it's okay. It should work out okay. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wish you a good night now for now, and we'll pick back up on this later.